Alright, welcome back to the Race Society. We're back with, not with FTRL, but we are back for the 24-hour race that took place, I mentioned a few weeks ago. This is with high-speed motorsport events. This was a race against dementia charity race. We teamed up with, FTRL had one team. We had myself, Tom, Aaron, and Ross. Is the FTRL team. There are other drivers from FTRL in this. They are the likes of Pagani, Red, who's racing with who's in party here racing with us. To do Chubbs, Sean, so a bunch of people that were in the lobby here from FTRL, but not this particular lobby, but in just throughout the 24 hours. This was so much fun. This was really so much fun. This is my second stint. My first stint. My first stint, which was supposed to be from, I think it was 3 to 6, as the car goes off there. I got a game error during it, like an hour into it, and I was very upset about it. Well, not upset, but I was very angry about it, because very annoyed, because it put the team behind quite a bit. So, but it's a race for charity. So anyway, I wanted to do that, and just the thrill of racing an endurance race around Daytona, as you can see here. Very special stuff indeed. So. This is my second stint. I'm going to upload the full stint from the second stint. I'm not going to bother with the first. Although there was quite a lot of action in the first stint, up to a point with Joker and some other guys I don't know. But Joker we know, of course, from GT1 last season. But anyway, we're in the Renault. I should say the Group 3 Renault, which is not the greatest car for straight line speed. We wanted to get the Porsche, but sadly the Porsche. Well, we were supposed to have it, and then we didn't have it. So. We're in the Renault, which I would say the one good thing about this Renault, I'd say, is that you can fuel save. That would be the one thing I would give this Renault above some of the other cars. But anyway, just settling in. This chicane was a bit tough. I think my first stint I actually really struggled with the chicane. I think the second stint I did a lot better of a job, I think, consistently through it. But anyways, 98 laps. So these stints just equate to just under 3 hours in length. So. I had a good reset though after the first stint went to shit after the game error came up, and made some food. I couldn't really nap. I was actually flying to the UK the next morning. I had to leave at 4 o'clock in the morning for the airport. So this second stint's taking place from 9 to 12 p.m. So, anyways, lap number 10. Bread is in the Mercedes behind. Bread's in the party here. It was really fun to race with Bread. And just chat things out. But anyways, I got the sense that he was a little bit quicker than I was at this stage. This is where I basically said just work away, man. I'm gonna let him go. So maybe save some fuel behind. So Bread's in the Mercedes. Mercedes, as we found out from doing Le Mans a few seasons ago in GT1, the Mercedes is quite heavy on fuel. So yeah, well, I'm saving a little bit more fuel here while I can. So Bread goes through, and we'll let him go in the Sneak livery car. Very, very nice. I do love our livery as well. But anyway, so we let Bread go because there's no sense holding up Bread. Very similar. We got Get Dead behind, who's a second behind. Jimbo will be seen a little bit later on as well. Lap 35. So this is basically, I decided to extend the first stint. We Bread paid the lap before, but we kind of kept within that 2-minute range, and then 2-second range, and then came in. And what we're discussing there was basically the refueling here is the refueling is 1 litre per second, so you literally have a minute and a half. Not so much on this stint, but on the future stints when you drain the tank. So. Anyways, we're going to speed this up because this takes quite a while. So we came in with 17% fuel, which was pretty good. You can see Tom's in the party here with us. Tom was great to have around. I really enjoyed talking to these guys during this event. It was really, really fun. There is a plan to do a future event at Le Mans, I think, in either October or December. One of the two. But looking forward to that again. We're going to be in the Corvette for that, so that should be a bit more fun to race compared to the. We've used the Corvette before, of course. Anyway, with the fuel saving we had, we actually managed to catch up a little bit to Jimbo, who pulled away a little bit at the end of that first stint. But you can see the gap we actually ended up pulling on Bread was about 20 plus seconds. Being on a kinder car to fuel paid such dividends in this first stint. Like Bread was literally like in our race. He was ahead of us, and with just the nature of the cars, we came out over 20 seconds ahead of him. So that was huge. That was a huge gap to pull. So it just shows you how important fuel saving is, if you can, when you can, really, because with how slow the refueling is, it saves you so much time. So anyways, we made up a good bunch. Oh my goodness, words! We made up a good lot of time with that, so that was good. We extended our first stint. We could come in a little earlier, but I decided we were going well enough, and decided when the tires were getting a little second rate, which is really the thing that prevents you from going further, really, than you actually do. But
I did jump
anyway,
a decent amount in the first stint, sort of leveled back out after the second.
Yeah, as Tom was saying, like Tom made about 10 seconds on Pagani in that first stint. Pagani was able to reel that back in. This is out the very first stint to begin the race, but Tom actually qualified second. So, anyway, that's lap 36. Moving on then to lap number 37. This is when Dominic Kubinski, he's a Polish driver in a Mercedes. We were kind of nowhere with him. And you can see he's about to exit the pits. So again, this is how much time fuel savings actually managed to this car has actually managed to get us in a really nice position where we actually jump another Mercedes. So, you know, really good stuff to do that, because this car isn't like realistically, like, for pure performance, this car doesn't really, this is not a great track for this Renault. It's just not the straight line speed just tops out. Like, you can rev it out in 6th, but you're going to burn through fuel, so you really want to be using 7th in this car. My lines to this track were quite different. I used lower gears to rotate in, because my throttle is still doing this weird thing where it kind of fluctuates up and down at kind of mid to low revs. So I'm basically driving around that issue. But anyways, Dominic then is going to come lap 39. I'm going to go to a short shift to try and let him go, because I don't really, fuel save where I can. It's nice, but basically we're not running to a position, so to speak. We're running to a time, and I want to lose as little time as possible fighting these guys. So, we'll fight for what we can, but it's basically a timed event. That was an interesting moment there where I thought I was about to go off the track, but it was just a bit of lag. So, anyways, we'll try and dip into the slipstream, kind of, make up some time where we can in the slipstream and save some fuel, but it didn't take too long for him to escape. Lap number 44 of 98, so we're not quite an hour and a half in yet. Ghost fired up, went very long on this first stint. I think he basically decided to balk on a 2-stop, or 1-stop rather. Ended up going for the 2. He didn't fill up a ton compared to some of us, so he's only 1.4 seconds behind. So I think he was going to try go for 1-stop, and then ended up converting to a 2. So he was a good chunk behind us at the first stint. So I think he will come into us a little bit later on, but not right now, because we've got a little bit more pace this time. He made some mistakes here and there. Distinct Marco, he was doing the 1-stop. The Lexus, I think he's in the Lexus. The Lexus has tried to do 1-stops where they could. This has varying degrees of success. I wouldn't have done the 1-stop myself. The Lexus is good, very good on fuel, of course, so you can. But I just don't think the pace was really there. Is he right there? I guess it depends who you are, but anyways, he's going to carry on. We're going to carry on. When he comes to me, I'm not going to really fight him too much, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. He's a fat load of fuel. He's got to get to the end of the race from this point on. So we'll pull away for a little bit, and then he'll come back to us a little bit later on. But anyway, lap 54 is that time. So we've got some lap traffic in front, and I decided I'd like to let Marco go at this stage. Again, I don't want to lose a lot of time, and maybe we can fuel safe behind him if we can. So that would be nice. But I think, is he going to go for the move? Yeah. I should have played this better. I should have gone on the outside myself. Come on. And lifted a bit, but the inside line, he decided to file back in. So we're going to keep this position for the time being. So a bit annoying that, but yeah. Anyways, we'll try again lap 55. Do I learn my lesson at all?
Yeah.
Do
Some
I
people work so late there, they just
do
don't
I
take
bother
it.
to learn my lesson? I don't know. We're going to find out in a sec. See, Jimbo's 3 seconds up the road, so Dominic's overtaken him. So we've still got good pace compared to Jimbo. He's kind of in our race, so to speak. Yeah, this time I decide to surrender the inside line.
That's fine. That works. Actually.
And yeah, we'll do that then. So you see if we can fuel safe, stick with him. Maybe if we can extend this stint, or the less time we spend in the pits, the better. So because it will save us so much time. So anyways, he makes that move, and we down into P6. We're only a minute behind the race leader, but anyway, half second penalty. Then he gets lap 57.
He has.
But I don't think you actually don't lose a lot of time, to be fair, when you actually have a penalty here, it feels like. But
What do you reckon? Yeah.
I decided to just bump him along. Pretty sizable hit, but that could have been dangerous. But anyway, I decided just to bump him along rather than overtake him and lose more time potentially. So anyway, I guess that was a little bit more. I guess the closing speed was a little bit more dangerous to do that than I realized at the time. But anyway, I'm really loving this. So I really am. This Daytona is such a fun track to drive. Like there's enough of an oval. The infield is interesting enough. I think it's I'm not a massive fan of some of the other. I think he got a second penalty that time. So we nip on by back ahead of him. So we don't lose any time as a result of doing that. I think this is a better endurance track to do than the likes of Belgium, Monza, I would say as well. I just really like this place. This is one of my favourite tracks on the game. Lap 63. So it took a while for Marco to actually recover a little bit from that. So again, and we're getting close towards the end of our stint as well. So he is going to go around the outside this time. Do I short shift this time? I should short shift this time. Yeah. This is a few weeks ago now, so I don't remember all the ins and outs. But he wants the slip, but I don't want really to give him the slip. So you're going to make him go down the inside. Tom was guiding me a little bit through that as well. So yeah, he gets that move done, and we're going to file back in. And if we can save fuel, happy days. But if not, we work away. Ghost Fired Up has made a few mistakes. He was 7 seconds behind. He's closing that gap slightly now. Lap 64. There's a few moments there where you have the moments where you just end up going into the wrong gear. So it's like nope.
Why am I not moving?
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, not a lot of foibles here really in this race. It's been very clean, no penalties. This was the closest thing I think to a moment so far in this race. Was I wasn't paying attention to where I was on the track, and late move over.
I was going to say something, Garo, but I was like, oh, he's getting close to the chicane.
Oh no, I didn't want to scare him.
Oh, good.
Just found a new line.
So he's going for the fucking ultimate fucking straight line.
This is just a normal oval, right?
Yeah.
I was like,
That's literally been my biggest foible of the night so far. That is literally.
Yeah, no, that's it, mate.
Not too bad at this stage. To be fair, that was a funny moment. We managed to rein that in. More hairy moment on this particular lap, though. The rear started to go a little bit. Had a bit of a snap on me there. So that was so close to the wall. So I was going having laughed a few laps before, focus back in, see how the tires are doing. We could pit from this point basically. Not quite, but no, we could actually. But we settled down to the 46.5 the next lap, so not too far from what we've been doing. Did decide to pit lap 70 though, just to I decided to this would be the time to pit 2% on the fuel. So yeah. A shorter fill, which is what I was hoping for to this point of the race. So 28 laps instead of the 35 we did. So could we have split this a little evenly? Maybe, but I decided to just go for this and see how we got on. So this is the fuel where you could go for a piss. To be fair, you had a good minute and a half. I timed this early on Ross's stint, as you might have heard earlier, but I was fine. I didn't need to use the bathroom at all. Just stretch the legs a little bit and get focused to get ready for this last leg. A minute 44 in the pit lane. So anyways, where does that leave us then? We're a couple of seconds behind Dominic, who we were racing earlier. Dominic's on Pagani's team, so Ghost Fired Up then. He's basically on sequence with me then after this. So yeah, we're racing him. We'll be interested to see how close he is compared to us, because the theme through the first 2 stints, he closed up quite a bit towards the end of the stints. Like we saw that quite a bit as well with some of the other drivers in other stints as well. Like Pagani on Tom in the first stint was a particular example of this. Anyway, we do get ahead, but not by a lot, not as much as I was hoping for. So it's kind of when I kind of saw it was like he's like 1.92 seconds ahead. Like yeah, he's gonna get me, isn't he? He's likely to get me at some point, but we cleared Jimbo quite a bit, to be fair. So we did get Jimbo in the end. So I guess an eye for an eye, so to speak, because lap 83 is when we first actually get lapped, which I was really happy with. It took this long before we got lapped. These guys were very, very quick. Jarno was the pace setter in the very first stint of the race. This is his second stint. He's bumping me along, but I don't want to have this blue flag malarkey behind me. I just, I don't want to. I don't know. Maybe he wanted to fuel safe, but I want to let him go. So I decided to lift off and slot in.
You made that a lot harder than you
So
needed to.
maybe he wanted to go for longer, I don't know, but I just wanted to slot in and just get that blue flag off my screen, not get a penalty or anything like that. So yeah, just wanted to get that done. So anyway, so lap 86, there's another blue flag coming up behind me. The blue flags in this game are a bit weird. They kind of give you too far, like he's nowhere near me, but this is a battle for position for P5 against Ghost Fired Up. So this kind of was inevitable for a while. He had a lot of pace towards the back end of stints. Now we're on equal kind of stints. This is my fastest lap of the race. A 46 flash. The pace wasn't. Oh God, understeer, sorry, understeer. I didn't mean to squeeze him out. I really didn't. I just kind of messed up a little bit. I had been doing 45, some like kind of high 45s. But I just wanted to really just be careful this race and just not make many mistakes or spin or anything like that and cause us time. So, anyways, I wanted this guy to really get on with it because I knew he was quicker, and I kind of I had basically all race with I knew that fact. So, anyway, we slot in. We got 7.5 seconds to Jimbo, so we should be able to see this out. We'll kind of just sit behind Ghost Fired Up and see how close we can get to Dominic as well. He's not too far in the front view as well. So yeah, we're gonna slide in. Are we gonna go for a little move on Ghost Fired Up? Actually, do they actually want to get this back? Let's see. Because at this stage now we don't have to worry as much about fuel because we were a lap down. I wish I had taken that into an account as well because that could have saved me a fair bit of time. But going around the outside, I decided to brake, and the leader's coming through as well as his P2, so that works very nicely. You don't want to lose any time there, whereas Ghost Fired Up might have to get off on the racing line and surrender some time. I mean, maybe we could take advantage, but I knew in the long run, like, it was going to be difficult to really get back ahead of him because everything that he showed up to this point was he had the pace to pull away. So. But anyway, he didn't lose a lot of time getting lapped, so that was that. It was really that. Very much winding down now. Lap 94, I was still right on his ass. I never really got the overtake opportunity to make it, to send one. But man, it was tantalizing being after 2 hours and 49 minutes of racing, to be this close still to someone, and racing them after all this time. There was so much fun to be had with this. There really was. I really wanted to send it. I really did, but I'm not going to send it for nothing. But it was so much fun. And like Dominic is right up there as well for 4th place, so it really was a lot of fun. This, but I got close, man. Like we're right there, we're literally right there. But I just don't have the straight line speed to really make this work. It's close, man. The pace was really similar. Could I have short shifted more? Yeah, probably, but I want to reach a certain point before we I'm trying to monitor the fuel here. I think I had 1.1 laps of fuel to actually spare because we're actually going up to lap 97 because we're a lap down. So, but look how close he is. Oh, and how close we are. Anyways, this is the last lap of the race, lap 97 of 98. So it's been so much fun. Like we had an absolute blast doing this. Overall, for the actual 24 hours, we had Ross go back in the car, and so did Tom, and Aaron was a stint after me. So we were unfortunate because in the stint I disconnected, you get a lap added on compared to the last person who finishes the stint. Unfortunately, in stint 2, the stint I the game gave me the error from, the guy was like 7 minutes off the pace, off the leader. So like he was like pedaling around the back for nothing essentially. Well, not nothing, but so that really hurt our time. But we did make up a lot of time back, and I think we finished like 5th or 6th in this event. So pretty good, I think, all things considered. We recovered a lot of time, all things considered. So, anyways, we have more plans to do this in the future. There'll be 2 FTRL teams. I think I'm going to be in a team with Chubbs, Lee, and I don't know if it was Sean. Hold on, let me actually figure out who this was. But Ross, Aaron, Tom, and Pagani, I think, are going to make up the other team. So it'll be a different team, but we'll still be doing the stint with them, which will be fun. Let me just double check who we're doing this race with. Again, it'll be at Le Mans. It'll be I think it's Simon actually, FTRL Blue Flag, or maybe Panda. I'm actually not 100% sure. I just look at the WhatsApp group. But anyways, for now though, it's been an absolutely such a fun run. 97 laps, very, very clean, no penalties. Ran up to 4th, like, you know, very, very close to 4th in the end. 5th place was right there. Fastest lap at the end.
No penalties, no
very,
spins.
very content with that. It was so much fun. But that's going to do it for this stint of not FTRL, the High Speed Motorsport event, Daytona 24. Thanks very much for watching, and yeah, until next time.